Thanks for checking out this video. This is going to be a full body cool down video of stretches that you can do after any of the strength videos or yoga videos. And hopefully you can follow this video up with your own personal juicy Savasana. Let's get started. We're going to start with our bound ankle pose, Baddha Konasana. So we're going to draw the bottoms of the feet towards the body. Make sure you have a neutral spine, meaning that your pelvic bowl isn't tipping backwards. If it is, you can use a blanket or a block in order to elevate the sitting bones so that you can find a neutral spine. From there, we'll place the bottoms of the feet together and draw them in. We'll clasp the hands around the toes. We'll lengthen up through the spine, draw the knees down towards the mat, and you can take a soft gaze or close your eyes. On the inhale, lengthen up through the spine. On the exhale, drop the head over to the right. Full inhales and exhales here, through the nose or mouth, whatever feels best. On the next inhale, coming through center, exhale, drop the neck over to the other side. Keep reaching the knees down to the mat, keep lengthening up through the spine. On the next inhale, bringing the neck back into alignment. We'll move the feet a little further out, or you can go even further out, find what's comfortable for you. And then from here, we're gonna start to walk the hands forward and let gravity start to do work here. So we keep walking the tippy tip fingertips forward. You can start relaxing the upper body, or you can keep working and walking forward. But keep working with full inhales and exhales into the upper back. We're gonna be here for 30 seconds. On the next inhale, walk the hands back towards the body. And then we can close the legs here. And then from there, we're gonna come into a tabletop position and set up for our puppy pose. So from here, we want the knees directly under the hips, hands directly underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to start to walk the hands away from the body, coming all the way down till our elbows come to the mat. And then our chin or our forehead is going to rest on the mat. And we're working with full inhales and exhales here into the chest and upper back. 30 seconds. In order to release, we'll press the hands into the mat, lift up, start walking the hands back towards the body. And then we're going to come into our pigeon pose. So for that, we're going to come into downward dog. So we can tuck the toes behind us on the mat, press the hands into the mat, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, send the right ankle towards the left wrist and let the shin fall where it falls. From there, you can heel toe the foot up more if you want a little more. You're gonna take a nice big inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, we're gonna fold over into pigeon. Again, you wanna square the hips forward and you wanna avoid from floating up on one side. You can use a block or blanket to support. And then once we're in pigeon here, you can stay here, or you're gonna walk the hands away from that front knee. That should bring an even bigger stretch into the hip. Full. 4 full inhales and exhales. 3 2 From here, we'll walk the hands back forward, press our hands into the mat, come back up to this half pigeon, tuck the left toe behind you on the mat, lift up, come back into that downward facing dog. Inhaling the left leg up to the sky, exhale, send the left wrist, the left ankle to the right wrist, let the shin land where it lands. Make sure you don't have a floating hip or use a blanket or block if you do. Inhale into half pigeon. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands out in front of you. And always stay here. We're going to continue to walk the hands away from the leg and stay here for 30 seconds. Inhale, press the hands into the mat, walk back to center, rise back up into half pigeon. Tuck the toe behind you, lift up, and we're gonna come into a tabletop position. To do a little shoulder stretching, we're gonna thread the needle here. So again, knees under the hips, hand under the shoulder. We're gonna inhale that left arm up to the sky, open twist. Exhale, send the arm underneath the torso, place the body weight on that shoulder, and then if you need to, you can use this hand to kind of support your twist here. Full inhales and exhales, 30 seconds. And when we're ready to untwist, we're going to press this hand into the mat, come back to our tabletop position. Inhale the other arm up to the sky, open twist. Exhale, thread the needle, the body weight on, support your twist, and breathe. 30 seconds. Press your hand into the mat, come back to a tabletop position. And then we're going to come into our supine hero pose. So the goal here is to stretch the quads. We're going to come into this hero position, but we're going to place our butt on the ground. If your butt doesn't touch the ground here, you can use a blanket or a block so that you have a contact from your butt to the ground. From there, we're going to start to move backwards. So we're going to walk the hands back. If this is a big stretch in the quads, you can stop here. Otherwise, you're going to lower back onto the elbows. You can continue to tuck the tail under. You could stop and work here, or you're going to come all the way back down. Continue to tuck the tailbone under and stay here for 30 seconds. Full inhales and exhales. Very good. When you're ready to come out of it, you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, walk the elbows towards each other, press the elbows into the mat. You can come back up to the forearms, into the hands, and sit up here. We're going to plop one leg out. Let's plop our left leg out here and bring our right foot against our left thigh here, coming into head to toe, Janu Sirsasana, hamstring stretch. So from here, we're going to Again, make sure you have a nice neutral spine or use a blanket or a block to get yourself into a neutral spine here. Inhaling the arms up, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bringing the torso and head closer to the leg. You can relax the upper body or you can keep working those micro movements of lengthening the spine on the inhale, on the exhale, dropping the torso and head closer to the leg. 30 seconds here. On your next inhale, we're gonna rise back up with arms overhead, long spine. Exhale, take a supportive hand behind the bent leg here. Inhale, press the hips up to the sky, reach through the arm. Exhale, let it come right back down to the mat. We'll switch sides here. Right leg comes along on the mat. Left leg comes to the inside of the right thigh. Sit bones pressing into the mat, neutral pelvic bowl. Inhale, arms up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Dropping the body and torso and head closer to the leg. 30 seconds here. On the next inhale, rising up, long spine, arms overhead. Exhale, take a supportive hand behind the bent leg. Inhale, pressing the hips up to the sky, reaching through the arm, pressing through the arm. Exhale, lowering the hips right back down to the mat. 2 more, we're just gonna do a spinal roll down to the mat and come into a supine twist. So let's place the bottoms of the feet onto the mat. We're gonna lengthen up through the spine, and then we're gonna start to roll down onto our backs as slowly as possibly, sequentially moving 1 vertebrae at a time. So pulling the belly into the spine, and then gradually starting to lower down, rounding the lower back first, then the middle back, then the upper back, as slowly as possible, 1 vertebrae at a time. And when you get down to the bottom, you can bring your arms out to a T, palms face down. Inhale the legs up to a tabletop position. Take a nice big inhale into the belly and chest. Exhale, drop the legs over to the right side, breathing into the side ribs. 30 seconds here. On the next inhale, gently engage the belly and thighs as you draw the legs through center. Exhale, drop them over to the other side. Pull inhales and exhales into the side ribs. And on the next inhale, engaging the belly and thighs again, drawing the legs through center. Take a little knee hug here, maybe a little sacral roll on each side. And then on your next exhale, you can let the legs fall long, the arms fall gently by your sides. And you can float away into your own personal Savasana. Again, thank you so much for checking out this video. It's my pleasure to do fitness with you. Namaste.